Alright, everybody out there in the Craft Chest Nation, it's Craft Chest here, and today we're doing a little wire cleanup. We're going ahead and redoing some ends, and let me show you what we got going on here. We got some ferrules in here, and we're cleaning up these ends. We're going to make a good connection into the block here that goes onto the battery, which is the Group 34 excess power. And before we do all that, I'm not going to be in here very long. We'll show you what we got going on. I actually took the original equipment ground out, and this apparently in GM is a thing and has been for quite some time, which is a voltage regulator meter, and pretty much just like a clamp meter for voltage. And I am going to be running one lead of this right now through here. As you can see, that's all that can fit, and that's what we're going to have to use for coming off of the alternator, which this is right here. And of course this one is the OEM, which goes to the main block, and we're not going to fool with any of that because the car is totally electric and I don't want to screw anything up. She's already acting a little iffy since adding that mech man into it, but I'm sure that that'll level out and all that. I think it has to do with the RPM and the smaller pulley in it idling up a little bit, and I've disconnected it down since I've run it. I'm going to double check my connections underneath, make sure that like the map sensors connected right and all the other little valves and all that. But that's the only thing we have going on, so I'm not going to mess with this. This will always be here. This will always be a thing. Don't have a choice. It's not like I'm going for a world record build here. I'm just trying to have something that's nice and clean, and when I want to, crank that bass knob up and make it rumble. That's all I'm looking for. So this is as far as we're actually going to go. I'm not going to install the JP23 this week. Reason being is that once I got to thinking about putting it in here, and this amp here, which is the S1 V2 from Crescendo, holy shit, after hooking up this new alternator, getting more voltage, getting some nice clean power, and we've always run OFC speaker leads, power leads, everything, so that's not a thing. But that voltage kicked in, and adding this 0 gauge, now I could very well add the 0 gauge. This one comes with a 4 gauge input, so it's going to do its rated power, all right, on this, because it's a very short run. As you can see, this is the negative run, this is the positive run. I mean, what is that, 2 feet on this right here, a little over 2 feet, 3 feet on the ground, and the ground can actually come off of here and go over here to this ground here, which is directly to the frame, and be done with it. That's another thing I wanted to do, is actually clean these ends up, because I didn't mean for this to be on there that long in the first place. So that's the kind of things we're doing right now. Plus, I'm seeing how much of a pain it's going to be to actually modify this battery box in here, and I'm gonna have to take everything out because I don't want to risk, you know, puncturing equipment and all that, even though we have new warp nacelles coming in. All right, we're going to have those coming in the next week or two. This whole back end is going to be completely different come up in the next couple of weeks. Build a new box, going to have new subs, some subs that can actually take that JP23, and I'm sure once you guys and gals out there, especially some of you out there, if you happen to watch it, if you happen to watch this video, will know the name brand that I'm going to get, and it's going to shock the nation. It's going to shock the Craft Chest Nation. All right, so stay tuned. All right, so let's have a look in here. There's our ground right there, very good ground onto the frame down in here. We're actually going to be scuffing this up down in here, taking all this out. All right, next week or two, we're going to get all the build done and all that, and then we're going to shoot this bad boy with some Raptor. And here, Raptor liner, that'll help deaden it up. I'm not 100% if we're going to leave this carpet over it, or if we're going to take the carpet out and leave it out. All right, once I Raptor liner it, it'll be just like this, and it's not going to matter one way or another. And I have decided that if we do go with the Raptor in here, then we are going to go with this green. Now, what shade of green that we go with, I'm going to have to get with Guntoad and see what his favorite green color is, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to go to green on the inside of here. Green, white, red, blue, all of it's going to be up back here. It's going to be colorful. Taste the rainbow, the base rainbow. It's a craft of the mind. Stay tuned for more. Let me get these wires cleaned up. Woo!